Was that anonymous vote?
No, it was very
Anonymous.
anonymous. What's the opposite of anonymous? I couldn't think. If you were shopping in a Peter Alexander store, what would you be buying?
Sleepwear / pajamas.
That's actually crazy. It is
that
in
word
fact
for word?
sleepwear / pajamas.
Come on. Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings the Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we bring back the game logo quiz, and we have a new segment going through some of the cheapest things we've seen on Cheapskates. But before that, to wrap the week, we've got me and Miguel, we have Rowie.
G'day.
And finally returning to the pod is Mr. Sen.
Hello. Yes, I wasn't here last week. Firstly, congrats, Ro. And well, congrats all of us, really. We all won. Well done. But scoring the game winner, Ro.
Take that. But we talked about it enough, please. I can't.
Do you want to indulge in another 20 minutes?
Sportsbet, what odds would you have had to score the winner, game winner?
Oh, that would have been
501.
Yeah.
No, okay, a bit more than that.
$10 probably.
Yeah, fair enough. I was in the States last week, went to go watch the NRL in Vegas. Before we get into those yarns, I actually have a gift. And Miguel already saw what the gift was, but we're going to play a little game. I've gotten Prime from the US. So Prime, we tried, I reckon, 2 years ago now? And we gave it a massive thumbs down. I'm going to hide the flavor. We're going to guess the flavor. So there's a Lakers one that I got.
Los Angeles Lakers branded
so these guys
Prime.
have a deal with the LA Lakers to have a Prime bottle.
I did see that though. I've been watching some Lakers games. I see on the benches, Prime.
So we'll give this one a go, Ro. Give us your glass.
If we're playing guess the flavor, we'll do it before we try it. Surely a yellow, Ro, is a...
What do you think it is?
A lemon.
It's a
Surely
pineapple
of
in my
sorts.
head. It's a.
Pineapple. How much do you want, Ro? Maybe a bit more?
I'll give this to Migs first.
All right. Migs, pass us your glass.
Take that. All right. I've got it in my hands while you pour that. The clear, translucent like liquid. Not giving away too much of the flavor, but it does look like a lemonade of sorts.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Here we go.
Give it a go.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
It's definitely not as medicine-y as the red one and the ice pop. Those were just cough syrup deluxe.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's delightful. Sorry, I haven't tried these either. That was delightful.
So it's a milder flavor.
Yeah. And it tastes like, I'd say this is lemon. Is it not?
Definitely citrusy. Lemonade is what I'd put.
It is lemonade.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Have a look at the bottle. That is, dude, this is a nice bottle, I will say.
It is. We will put that up on the shelf.
Put that on the shelf. So I've got that one.
So they actually do sell the lemonade one, or they used to here in Australia.
Yes, they did. The yellow, but not the Lakers.
So not the
branded.
Lakers one, but the same flavor. I thought they would have a Lakers flavor, but maybe they've just slapped the Lakers branding on an existing flavor. That's crazy. Out of 10, Ro, quickly.
Out of 10? Yeah, I think this is actually quite nice. Probably an 8.
I'd give it a 7-8. I'll
7-8,
buy it again if I had to.
All right, quickly down those because I've got a second one here.
Oh, okay.
Get
here we
the
go.
sodium in.
So I've got a second one. Did you see this one, Migs?
I haven't seen it. I saw the color scheme, but I have no idea what it is.
All right. What does it say on the side here, boys?
Oh my
Suey.
God. It says Suey.
And it's the iShow Speed Prime bottle.
Oh, seriously, but if we leave this unopened, how much could we resell this for? you
No,
reckon?
Prime is going down the gutter.
Can you look it up quickly?
No, but
before
the
I open
iShow
it?
Speed bottle, bro.
Is it rare?
I've never
I'll tell you
heard
what,
or
it
seen
wasn't
it.
rare. I got these both 2 for $5.
Okay, yeah.
So in the US though.
Have you seen though? So I was doing a bit of research on business models. And the Prime business model is like the whole idea is that KSI and Logan Paul don't actually own the company.
Yeah.
They own 20% of the company. There's a brand called Congo Brands behind them.
Yeah.
Just using them as the face.
Yeah.
I've seen this.
So first year, Prime's obviously made like $1 billion in sales. This year, they're basically down like 70% year on year.
Will make sense.
Because the thing is, like, the product is just not good. Like the marketing is amazing, but then you're not getting repeat customers. Because I just downed that LA Lakers flavor, and for me personally, it does not taste like a hydration drink. Like, like when you're playing soccer or something, you just want to down a bottle of Powerade or Gatorade, and it goes down. You feel like you're being hydrated. You feel like you're being replenished. This just feels like you're just sculling Coke. It's on that level.
Yeah.
But open up the. Well,
Wait, before I open, how much does this go for?
It goes for 30 AUD.
whatever.
I'm not selling
No, that's pennies, man. If you bought 100, maybe.
Fine. All right, we'll open it up, and I want you guys to guess.
The iShow Speed.
Wait, when you looked it up, did you see the flavor?
No, I didn't. I just saw on eBay it's $30, and there's some other shop that's also selling it for 30 AUD.
I'm gonna burn $30 right now.
Okay.
Any early predictions around the flavor?
Early predictions. Sorry.
It's a red/orange/yellow bottle.
Yeah, maybe like a raspberry. Well, I didn't see the
color. It's got
color.
a silhouette of I Show Speed on the logo as
Doing
well.
the Suey. Today is the Sidemen charity match. Shout out them.
Bro, the color is the same as the lemonade.
All right, get that up here.
Is it not?
That's Miguel's.
It is. I think they're all the same color,
Is it just going to be
regardless of
lemonade?
flavor.
See, that to me is already a red flag.
Early sniff test.
Just not too much, Sen, please. Just relax. I have no interest in this drink. Okay. Oh, we've gone back to medicines, and
It has the medicine flavor back. It's not as strong as,
No.
bro, the original ones were way too much, but this is still there for some reason. Flavor-wise,
tropical.
there's no singular fruit speaking out to me.
Yeah, it's
Tropical's
a
a good shout.
It's a mix for sure.
Oh, the smell is sickening.
Give it a taste.
Okay, so I know the flavor.
Does it taste like it?
You taste nothing like that.
Is the flavor like a fruit or is it some made-up word like tropical blast or whatever?
It's a fruit and it's two things. It's a fruit plus something else.
Yeah, it has to be like a pineapple milkshake or something like that. Some sort of made-up concoction.
Yeah.
It is dragon fruit acai.
Yeah.
I'm an acai expert and
I can't taste any acai in this.
Can you taste the dragon fruit?
I don't taste any pistachio. I don't taste any granola. I don't know what dragon fruit tastes like, to be honest.
Yeah, neither do I.
I couldn't pick it. If you fed me a dragon fruit, I couldn't tell you what I think
It
would
doesn't
taste
taste like that.
Give that one out of 10, that one.
This is like the 4 out of 10.
Yeah, this one's 3.
Yeah, 4.
The lemonade was actually delightful, I will say.
It was okay.
It's not bad.
So give us some yarns in Vegas, Sam. What should be up to?
I mean, I don't really have much yarns. I just have a list of grievances with the US that I have. I think we've taken, we do a lot of rating Sydney stuff and, we're quite harsh on Sydney. We take it for granted. Sydney is actually, we have it quite good here. I really need to stress that.
What aspects are we talking?
I don't know. It's cleanliness, safety, picturesqueness, the modes of transport. Dude, the metro is actually a godsend. We didn't take any public transport because it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, you're in Vegas though.
Well, we spent 2 days in Vegas, 2 days in Los Angeles. Okay. So LAX immediately you get whisked away. You can't get an Uber from the airport. You have to catch a bus to this other godforsaken area, and then that's where you get the Uber from.
Right.
So you got to wait like 20 minutes for a bus. Then the bus drives you like 5 minutes to this other car park. And then you have to call an Uber there.
Gotcha.
So for something that should have been like 5 minutes, you're waiting already an extra half hour off the bat. One thing that struck me immediately driving through LA is, and I need to ask my US listeners for this, lawyers. There's billboards for lawyers everywhere.
Really?
It's the most obnoxious stuff like, got in a car accident or had a bad day, ? Reach out to martinezlawyers.com.au and they give you their numbers.
I feel like the Americans love a lawsuit though. Dude, they love to sue.
And there's so many, it's all injury law firms.
Right.
It's actually quite predatory. Like,
because I feel like they don't have much rights. No, it's just like workers or injuries or workers' comp and stuff like that. I feel like it's very difficult.
So they have to hire.
They have to lawyer up essentially for so much there. Whereas here, I think, you're right. We take for granted sort of the rights we have as a civilian.
So lawyer billboards. The next one was...
Is it like Better Call Saul? Like those kind of billboards?
It's honestly that
there?
kind of stuff.
So if I was American watching Better Call Saul, I'd be like, this is a realistic depiction. Wow.
The next one was jail bail bond stores. So essentially companies that pay your bond, like your jail, like your bail bonds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's like loan sharks, but specifically for bail.
For bail. And I'll read you some of because we caught the bus like from Vegas back to LA, and I'll read you some of the stores. Literally, there's one area where all of these stores are. So
can anyone pay bail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The money just needs to be put up.
Yeah, they just need to get the money. So there's absolute bail bonds. There's Aladdin bail bonds.
Is that related to the liquor company at all?
No, absolute.
Absolute without an E?
With the E. Okay. There's ABBA bail bonds, and ABBA stands for A Better Bail Agency.
Beautiful.
There's LA bail bonds. There's Bad Boys bail bonds. That's where I want to go. I mean, touch wood, hopefully never have to, but then there's the Bail Boys bail bonds.
Did you say the or da?
The THE.
So DA, okay.
Yeah.
And then there's Avengers bail bond. Dude, like these are such things like I would never think that there would be stores for this.
So their business model is their main customers are people that have gotten in trouble with the law,
Correct.
and are sitting in jail currently and need bail to get out.
Correct. And they probably charge you like 20%, 30%.
So they're giving
Way more,
So they're giving these criminals
Correct.
thousands of dollars, hundreds or thousands,
at an extortionate rate.
at extortion rate, expecting it to somehow be paid back.
That's what I don't
that's
understand.
This sounds like a flawed business model.
well, they don't.
You're
So
giving
then-
money to the least reputable people in society.
So then they probably sell that like debt off to some other people, like loan sharks, and that's how they probably make their money. So
No,
they
but-
have like bad debts that they sell to other people.
No, but if you that loses you money. Like you sell off bad debts
That's true. How does that work?
to recoup some of the cost.
Maybe
So-
I should have gone into one of these stores to figure out
Suss
their
it out.
business model.
No, because like for example, Migs, you might go to jail, let's say, but you're obviously not asking for the bail bond. Let's say I'm your dad. I come in and I say, hey, can I get a bond for my son? And then hopefully that person has the money to pay it off. Like you perhaps yourself don't have the money to pay it off, but the family members and the friends might.
Yeah, because like the loan shark business, right? Now I have some sort of knowledge into this.
Man, you're heavily experienced.
You
in the loan
watch your
shark
mouth.
business.
But the way they make money is the interest. They want people that try to repay but can't repay.
Yeah.
So then they're always just paying off interest. I don't think these people even want to repay.
So what happens then?
So where's the money coming from? I was going to ask, do they put collateral up? But sounds like they don't have collateral to put up.
So some of them, they did say collateral was needed, and then some said no collateral. Some like, at what point? Yeah, what's your security?
Yeah.
Because I'm not expecting some bloke that's, but maybe I am. Maybe some innocent guy that's maybe got in a car crash or like
Yeah.
drunk driving or something, but he's a good man
Like a
at
good-
heart.
Yeah.
Not like murderers, not that sort of thing. Oh, maybe.
But that was eye opening for me.
But do you think we have that here? We just don't know about it. Like obviously there it's more blatant, like it's plastered all over the shop.
Yeah,
But
maybe,
I reckon
maybe.
100%. Look up, the bad boy bail bond or whatever. Sydney.
Bail Bonds Australia. I'll just
Yeah,
look that
yeah.
up.
I reckon.
You know what? Let me look it up. Bail bonds Australia.
And if there's not, maybe we get into this industry.
Because if you think about it, it has to be profitable, or else why are these tens?
Yeah, there's
that's
competition.
only one Sen scene.
Yeah.
Imagine all the ones that are out there. There has to be some sort of profitability here.
Yeah, these are the ones with good marketing. Are they the ones with
When I look up bail bonds Australia, it comes with Legal Aid New South Wales, Jamison Law. It's just like actual like law Supreme Court homepage. So there's no companies that are coming up. There's
that
one
ju-
or two that seem like they do that, but
Is that justice system the same where you put up bail?
I think so.
yeah,
pay
it'd
it?
be the same. Yeah,
Maybe there's a different way of dealing with it here if you can't
Maybe.
afford
maybe
it.
this is a niche in the market.
Because again,
that we
Americans,
can-
they don't treat their citizens well. That's what I'll say. It's every man for themselves.
And then the third pronged one, which really opened my eyes, I was watching TV, and then an ad for like this cancer treatment came up on TV.
Yes.
Like literally like drugs that we would not even like, not over the counter. Like I'm not talking like Panadol or Nurofen.
yeah.
I'm talking like genuine like hospital grade drugs that they're just openly advertising to people.
Yeah.
That is so common in America. Like
Mental.
obviously here the way it works is you go to the doctor, you say, I've got, I don't know, a chesty cough, I've got this and that. They'll be like, okay, you've got this condition.
Yeah.
Go to the pharmacy, here's a prescription for your medicine. And go. In America, I think I have this chesty cough. I've seen an ad for this medicine. Can I get a prescription or something like that?
Said medicine.
Or they can just go and try and buy that medicine themselves. That's how it works over there because there's no healthcare. There's no nothing.
No.
There, again, every man for themselves to find their medicine and ask for their doctor to prescribe it to them.
that's actually crazy when you think about it, right? Because like I'm coming to a doctor and I'm telling you what I need
Yeah.
based off what I've seen on TV, at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
You know?
No, dude, this was like, it was
Prime
literally
time?
when we landed. So we got to the hotel and we were just changing. So it was like 2 p.m., middle of the day.
Because I think people in America don't really go to the doctor either.
Yeah.
Like
It's so expensive.
here, you'd go to the doctor for really any little inconvenience that happens, right? There, you have to really need to go to the doctor to go because you have to pay. It's out of pocket. Everything's basically out of pocket unless you have private health.
I mean, yeah. So that was wild. Also, it just smelled like weed everywhere in LA and
LA?
Vegas. Just it's all illegal, so it smelled like weed everywhere. The homeless was definitely an issue in LA. There's some people just yelling on the street, like talking at a wall, like they kind of start walking towards you a bit. And it's like, and I was talking to this with my partner, and like the crazies here in Sydney, they're crazies to themselves or like to other crazies. The crazies in the US, they'll try and come at you. And it's pretty scary. I'm not going to lie.
You feel
Like,
your life was threatened or your safety?
safety felt threatened, not life, but that was actually the only time I felt a bit like on edge was with the crazies. I wasn't worried about the guns or anything like that. It was genuinely just the crazies on the street.
So what happened? Did they come up to you? Were they yelling at you?
Some of them will like start stumbling towards you, so you just like walk around them and stuff. And like, people were just saying like, oh yeah, if you see people yelling on the street, just cross the other way and like just avoid them. Essentially, is what they said.
Is this in LA?
Yeah, this was in LA. Vegas, there was actually not many people on the strip, like homeless people or crazies on the strip. I think
they'll be presentable to the tourists, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I remember in Vegas when our friends went, did we getting just, accosted with pamphlets for strip clubs? And
Oh, yeah.
Was that like the common experience?
That was pretty common. The funniest one, there's like, you know how you can have like cars with like billboards on them, like advertising boards?
Yep.
There was one for, I think it must have been a strip club or like maybe, I don't know if prostitution was legal there, but it just said, want girls, ? And it had like scantily clad girls.
Yeah.
And then it had their mobile number or their number. And it was literally, in little part was like the area code, so 1, 2 or whatever on the side. And then big numbers was 69696969.
That was their number?
That was their number.
Well, Senny, you've remembered it. So
I mean, it was great marketing.
So if you're ever in America and want girls, you've got a number off the top of the dome.
And then the other thing was just everything's expensive in the US, man. Like, so Prime bottles was $2 for $5. Beautiful. I did see MAGA hats. That was my original plan, keeping with my theme of political statements going overseas. One hat was $25 US. So $40 for a gag where you guys will wear it for maybe 3 minutes, if that. If that. At least with the communist t-shirts, it cost me $5 a piece. So I'm like, whatever. And we got multiple uses out of it. And we've got many uses out of it.
And it went to, the Vietnamese trying to make the shirts,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
This hat's going to go straight into Donnie's pocket, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had like a whole shop of like just MAGA merch. So
they
had
was
like
it a popular
his
store?
Sorry?
Popular store?
There was a few people perusing, but I think it was like people like me, tourists, who were just like curious more than anything, not seriously looking to buy. But they had like a hoodie that said, "Don't blame me, I voted for Trump." There was another one that said, "Never surrender," and it's famously got that picture of Donald Trump, his mugshot where he surrenders.
Oh, it's meme ones.
It's a meme. No, it was serious. So so people wear it, like Trump supporters over there wear it, where it says like "Never surrender," and it's like his mugshot.
I thought it was him, when he got shot and his hands are aloft and that sort of thing.
No, they didn't have that. What else did they have?
I feel like they would have like a lot of bumper stickers.
Yeah, they had like bumps of hoodies, t-shirts, hats. I saw the counterfeit MAGA hats as well.
The black market.
So the official MAGA hats have like the 45, 47, because he was the 45th and then technically 47th president. Yeah. The knockoff ones, they don't have that. Yeah. They're considerably cheaper.
Yeah. You should have got some of those for us then.
Would you wear it if I got it?
No, I'm not wearing it.
Maybe not.
I'm not having my image of me in a MAGA hat.
Well, we already have a photo of Ro wearing a MAGA hat.
I have a photo of your partner wearing a MAGA hat as well.
Oh, yeah, true. It was the same day.
What happened?
Because our friend Rohan had one.
And I think everyone just wore it.
Yeah, true.
So I went to a Lakers game as well, which I thought was a great experience. Got to see the GOAT, and I got to see LeBron.
Bronny.
Excellent.
So Bronny didn't play. So it was LeBron, Luka, and then they played Minnesota. So I saw Anthony Edwards, who got ejected in the third quarter.
What was the score of the game? Close game or no?
So Lakers were up by 10-12 for most of the game. And then after Anthony Edwards got ejected, they actually clawed it back, and they were only down by 2, like with like maybe a minute left. And then in the end, Lakers ran away with it.
You see some Luka magic?
I saw mostly LeBron magic. He put up 35, 17 rebounds, 6 assists.
Did it feel surreal seeing these people in person?
It was, because I'm so used to just watching them, off the Sportsbet app on my phone.
Because I think you can't judge the scale of people.
Yeah.
It's on your phone, because if they're all together, all basketball players are together, they seem like average people.
Yeah.
But now when you see them in person, they must seem like giants, like huge.
No, but you would have seen them in context of the other basketball players.
No, but even still, you can see the crowd, you can see everything happening, you can put things like
the refs
in scale.
The one thing I hate about watching basketball is there's so many timeouts, but in the stadium, dude, there's so much like that they're thrown at you, like entertainment and like random like lights and like videos.
You end up on any cams,
that's
dance
so
cam, kiss cam.
There was like dance cam and all that, but no, I was just sitting down, so no, wasn't involved in any of that.
When I went to the NBA, I remember I was in the nosebleed section, like pretty far back. But even then, I felt like the stadium you could see everything. Like I wasn't looking at the screen at all. Like you're at the footy, you're at the soccer, you're watching the game, but then you're also looking at the screen. Here, you just watch the game play out in motion. I thought it was one of the most fun games to watch live.
I agree with that.
Because basketball stadiums aren't even that big. No, they're probably like 10,000, 20.
Nah, maybe 18.
20 at most. Whereas a football stadium like core, it's like 80,000.
That is true. One thing I will say is one beer at Crypto Arena, formerly Staples Arena, $23 US.
Huh?
Seriously?
To be fair, it was one of those big, like 23 ounces, which I looked up is 750 mils, give or take.
That's like
less than a pint.
Pint and a bit?
Yeah, pint and a half, maybe. for 40 Australian wuckers.
Is the food good at least?
I said no. I looked at the price. I'm like, I'm not paying $40
That's crazy.
for a beer.
Wow.
But I will say stadium food in the US is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like it's way better than what we get here. So
what's on the offerings?
So in Vegas, when we went to watch the NRL at Allegiant Stadium, dude, they had American style barbecue. So they had like ribs, brisket. They had like chili dogs. You could get pretzels. You could get nachos. You could get, they had like steak sandwiches.
So
Premium foods, like pizzas, like really nice pizzas, burgers, whatever you want. Imagine all the American food you could get and it was there.
They are trying that here though. Like Combank Stadium, for example, is no longer just, meat pie, sausage rolls, hot chips. They have like El Jani in there. I forgot what Sushi Hub. They have other like retailers in there. So it's like getting better.
It's good.
But I don't think it compares to the American offering.
But I think they had to, because so with the NRL in Vegas, it was 4 games. It started at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, you couldn't pass out. So if you left, there's no re-entry. So if you left, you couldn't come back.
Pass out. I'm like, you haven't.
But that's what they call it.
You have to watch all of the games regardless.
You have to watch all of the games.
Yeah.
And the way they structured it was there was a Super League game first, then the first NRL game, and then the women's game, and then the prime time, like the best game, Panthers versus Sharks.
I'll be honest, that's too much footy.
It was too much footy, and I agree with that.
Because we went to Magic Round, and that was 4 games. Was that 3 games?
That was 3 games.
And I could not care.
All footied out?
Yeah, all footied out after like the 2.5 games. I was done. Didn't care for the rest of it.
Was this in one day? 4 games?
1 day, back to back to back to back.
That's too much.
No way.
So the first 2 games were fun, and then the women's game came, and that was at about 70-0. I'm like, I'm going for a walk here. So I only watched maybe 2/3 of that game. The rest of it, I was looking at food and like trying to buy stuff.
Yeah.
And then came back. So that was okay because you could break it up a bit. But I think for the NRL next year, I reckon 3 games only, or max 2 even.
Big NRL's listening, which we know they are.
Peter V'landys, if you're listening.
If you are listening, or at least let people go and come back. Like you can go gamble a bit of money and come back.
Come back. Yeah.
Is the NRL popping off in America?
So they had 45,000 who showed up to the game, and they said 35,000 came from Australia, and they had 10,000 from the US who came. But that's
pretty poor, isn't it?
Expats. So Australians who live in the US.
So that dead set means like
how many Americans do we think came?
Like probably 5,000, maybe less.
Maybe less. But the thing is, it's not meant, they weren't doing it for the actual crowd. It was more the TV audience and massively the gambling money is what they're doing it for.
So they want NRL sports betting
correct
to just be insane in America.
Because right now there's no NFL, which is like a large like gambling.
But how does the NRL make money out of that?
Is the NRL paid to go over there?
No, they paid.
So I don't understand. So Sportsbet makes money.
It's just exposure. They're trying to grow the sport as well.
What I'm asking is, how does the NRL make money from gambling?
Because then they could use that for like when they're doing the next like TV deal. They can be like, this is how much is gambled on, so you can put more ads on it, and therefore you can negotiate a bigger TV deal with like Foxtel.
I don't understand it.
What do you mean? So like, let's say there's $1 billion that gets gambled on the NRL every year.
Yeah.
Meaning Sportsbet are ravenous to put ads on during the NRL.
Which means sponsors.
It's for betting companies and for the broadcasters.
Okay.
That's what it's mainly for. But it was a good atmosphere. I will say that. It was funny just seeing like for the 2 days there, everyone was just wearing their NRL gear. Like regardless if there was a game or not.
Yeah.
Like I'd be in a casino like at 1:30 in the morning and I'm just seeing like Bear Warriors jerseys everywhere. And like it was funny just seeing like, so I saw like NRL players in casino. I saw Sam Burgess on the strip on a night out.
Oh really?
I was gonna go say hi, but this guy was so off his face. And if you've read reports about him, he's not a good bloke by any standards. And I was scared that he was gonna cave my head in if I would have. And then we just saw so many like, I saw Jonathan Thurston at my hotel walk right past me. Got photos with like Fletch and Hindy, with Isaiah Yeo, captain of the Panthers, shook hands with Nathan Cleary.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I was going to ask him a photo, but he was like already halfway out the door by the time he was shaking my hand. So I was like, all right, this guy obviously doesn't want a photo, which is fair enough. Like,
he's a friend of the show, Kat Haddad.
I was actually looking out for Kat Haddad. I was going to message her, but then I was going to like, what am I going to do? Like, hey, Kat, I'm also here.
Yeah, you got, hey, can we get tickets? She's also got backstage passes or something.
Yeah, so she was part of the actual NRL, like, she was like part of the media.
Yeah.
So she can't just invite, this is my podcasting friend.
You never know. Let him on
the field.
You never know. I
reckon you should have asked
I promise you that wouldn't have been
worse. That would have happened since she says no.
No, thank you.
And finally, just on the gambling in Vegas, we went casino hopping. So instead of bar hopping, you go casino hopping and you just make your way down the strip. Went to like Bellagio, the Venetian, Caesar's Palace, all the big ones. And You know, they had the minimum tables for roulettes that I saw was $25 US dollars.
So $40.
Here we have $5 roulette, which I absolutely froth. There it's $40 that you're putting us. So me and my partner were like counting out our $5 chips to put on the table. And there was ones where we were doing that. We were the only ones. And then this group of Chinese gamblers came across. This guy chucked down 350 on one spin while we're just counting there our $5 chip. He lost it in one go and just walked off.
Oh, dude.
And then we looked at each other and we're like, we're not we're not made for this.
No, there's levels to the game.
There's levels to this game.
There's probably...
Speak of the devil, Miguel just got a text from Sportsbet as we were talking.
I don't know why I'm starting to get Sportsbet. No, I've had Sportsbet longest time, but only recently have I started to get more SMSs. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, buddy. All right. But so the gambling was like different level. I played mostly roulette.
So you're being $25 spins? So you're saying... because
you had no option, brother. So Either that or you don't gamble.
Well, how it works here, right?
So they had $5 one, but it was for the electric roulette, which I refused to play.
The fake ones.
Yeah.
Well, it's not fake, actually. They spin it there. I would have gone
No. It's literally so you sit around a machine and in the middle is just a roulette board and it's just like mechanically operated.
So the one here at Star is that there's a roulette physical game and then there's a camera.
Yeah. I've seen that one.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Because here, roulette is $5 and that $5 gets you a bet on a number. And if you want a 50-50, if you want a black or red situation, that's $25.
Yep.
Are you saying to bet on one number is $25 US?
Yeah, so the way it works is you either put 25 on black or red or even or on the sides or on the columns, or you can put on the numbers, but you can put $5 on 5 different numbers, or you can put 10, 10, 5. Whatever you do in the numbers, it has to equal 25.
Okay. All right.
So there was one where I accidentally only put 20 and I won, and the guy paid me out the full amount, but he's like, technically I shouldn't be doing this, but he let me do it anyway.
Good, yeah.
So it was a good amount. But so you can't just put $5 on one. Right. You have to be putting the full 25 whockers. I played a bit of blackjack as well. That didn't go well for me. Dude, blackjack it's a slippery slope.
Blackjack is the best casino game. It's the best game.
Yeah, but you can lose it so quickly. At least with roulette, like one takes maybe a minute or two. With blackjack, if it's just you and the dealer, within, let's say, a minute, that could be 3 hands and you're down $75.
It's all over.
They have was it Casino War?
There was no casino. I looked for
higher or lower. Essentially,
there was no Casino War. They had Texas Hold'em. They had craps. A lot of craps, dude. People were ravenous to play craps.
I don't know how to play craps.
Neither did I. I was too scared to learn as well because I was scared I'd get.
Is that the dice?
The dice one, yeah. I didn't get how it worked.
Snake eyes and all that. Yeah, what's popular here? Is it Baccarat? No.
Oh, am I thinking of Baccarat with the dice?
Baccarat is the one with the dice. I think they both have dice.
Is it the same game?
Baccarat is
surely not.
Baccarat's like that deep table, and then you throw dice, and then it's a snake. I think that's Baccarat.
Then craps, I don't know what.
Then craps, yeah, maybe I'm thinking of Baccarat as well. 2 quick things. Dude. So they had like those. I don't know if they have it here in Sydney, but they have those walk-in stores where you just walk in, pick up whatever you want, and then just walk out.
Sorry.
What? You tap your credit card first. It takes an amount, and then you go pick up whatever you want, and then you just walk out.
Does it sense?
So somehow I think there's RFID sensors or something, and it can sense what you've purchased, and then it just like takes it from your card.
I've seen that. Yeah.
They were pretty cool. And the final one was just a run-in with an obnoxious woman. We were at the Griffith Observatory, which is like up in LA, and it was like sunset, and then it got to nighttime, and they put out like free telescopes for everyone, and they aim it towards like Jupiter, Venus, and they have a person there who's just helping everyone. He shows you and he tells you a bit about it. This woman in front of me goes up and she looks at the guy. He's like, "Are you sure that's Venus?" And the guy's like, "Yes." Yeah. And he's like, "Are you sure that's not the moon?" And I'm like, dude, this guy.
Was she American?
She was American. Oh, okay. And this guy, who was an older gentleman, he looks like he's been working here for 30 years. I'm like, are you really questioning this guy about whether or not that's Venus or not?
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
And she probably thinks she's like a bit of an astronomy head herself. She's like
probably an astrology head or something.
Yeah, what the heck, man? You
that
can't
just
be doing that.
Me. I'm like, bro, just shut up and look at the thing and just go.
Just look at you can't even tell really. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Can you see any rings around it and whatnot?
Well, Venus doesn't have
Not
any
Venus,
rings.
but I'm saying like if you're seeing like a Jupiter or whatnot, are you seeing the rings?
Yeah, you would be able to see it.
In the telescope?
Yeah, dude, these were massive telescopes.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cloudy day, so they didn't have the other one set up. They only had one Venus one.
Yeah. And you saw it clearly?
Very
vividly?
Clearly.
It's clearer than you think.
Okay.
To be fair, it did look like the moon, but I was not going to question the guy.
Yeah, of course not.
I know better than to question the guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my US adventure. Ro, what do you got?
What? The only thing that I've got actually, I had an adventure myself. I was in Byron Bay this week, and as you know, there was a cyclone incoming, and so it was on a work trip, and it was me and a bunch of the other my workmates, and we were staying in a nice, beautiful resort in Byron Bay. We were coming up with strategic ideas, this and that, and then on maybe kind of Sunday,
Sure.
that's when we left. Sunday, people were like, "Oh, there's probably like a cyclone," and I'm like, "Oh, whatever, bro." Like, I didn't even know Australia had cyclones, to be perfectly honest. Like, the only thing I have is like that earthquake in Melbourne where one chair fell and there's like that "we will rebuild again" meme. I was like sitting here like, there's no natural disasters, we'll be fine. Then come like Monday, Tuesday, people are getting a little bit worried. They're sitting there like, oh gosh, should we go home? I'm like, no, we'll be right. Meanwhile, everyone's like tracking the cyclone. It's like it's turned from a category 2 into a category 3. People are like a bit stressed out. And then it came to a crux point where we had to decide, do we leave or do we not leave?
Yeah.
Now, me personally, I wanted to stay. I had nothing at home that I wanted to come for. I also thought it would be cool to see what it's like in a cyclone. And by the way, on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, I'm just seeing people surf these massive waves. Like, people are just having the time of their life. So for me, being in a cyclone seemed like a bit of a holiday. Plus, I'm in Byron.
Yeah.
It's not too bad to be stuck there. Everyone, obviously, with kids and stuff, were
Wills to
desperate.
live.
Yeah.
They were desperate to go back. They're like, we have to go back, guys. We have to go back. So on Tuesday evening, we make the call. We're like, all right, we're all going to leave. And I'm like, damn it. Me and this other guy who was also, who had no responsibilities. We were just furious.
Couldn't you guys have just stayed?
No, it's a company thing. Like, you either all go or you all stay kind of thing.
Did they put it to a vote, or was it just
there was a vote. Yeah, there was a vote. And
Survivor?
Was it an anonymous vote?
no, it was very
Anonymous.
anonymous. What's the opposite of anonymous? I couldn't think.
Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever. Just,
Anyway.
yeah, obviously a name's attached behind it.
Were you the only two who voted to stay?
Yeah, we were the only two who voted to
Fair
stay.
enough.
And everyone else was like, no, we got to go. So Wednesday morning, we're trying to figure out tickets. And I think everyone in Byron / Gold Coast
trying to get out.
are trying to escape at the time. Because I think the cyclone was supposed to actually hit on Thursday and Friday. And so like Wednesday really is like your one chance to get the hell out of there. So we're trying to figure out, all right, do we fly out from Ballina to Sydney or Gold Coast to Sydney? Ballina, the flights from Ballina to Sydney, $900 per person. So everyone is just trying to get out,
That's what
right?
they call supply and demand, my friend.
Yeah. So it's like Ticketmaster dynamic pricing as per. Flights are through the roof. We've already, it's very inconvenient to spend the money to go. Obviously, the company's paying for it, but like you want to try and save costs when you can. So then we look at Gold Coast. Gold Coast is a bit more reasonable. It's like $600 per person. I'm like, all right, beautiful. Let's go. So 7 a.m., we catch a 9 a.m. flight from the Gold Coast. 7 a.m. we drive. Brisbane's now behind. So we leave at 7 a.m. We get there at 7 a.m. Mate, fantastic. I love
Daylight savings.
I love daylight savings. So as we're in the line, we look at the phone and we've just gotten a report saying, guess what, guys? All Ballina to Sydney flights have been cancelled. The whole airport's cooked. Then we get on the plane, we fly, we get to Sydney at like 12 o'clock. As we land, there's a message, all Gold Coast flights have been cancelled.
Wow.
So
You made it out.
Mate.
Skin of your teeth.
Skin of our teeth, we've made it out. We were sitting on a train, like it's to your point about public transport, right? Beautiful. Domestic to Circular Quay, where our office is. One train, fantastic.
Straight to work.
Straight to work. There was a lady on the train who was also escaped from Byron, and we were just talking to her. And we had like one American guy who he was his second time in Sydney, and we were just kind of playing pranks on him. We were like, hey, be careful of the snakes and the spiders and whatnot. And so that old lady from Queensland, she's from Byron, so she's from New South Wales, but she's this lovely old lady, thought we were all overseas.
Oh, God.
And so we're getting off the train and she's like, don't let them scare you, love. You'll be fine here. You'll be fine.
To you specifically?
To me specifically.
I really wonder why.
And I looked at her, I was like, thank you, ma'am. I know you mean well, thank you very much for your kindness. But look, all in all, I'll be completely honest. I am disappointed I'm not still in Byron Bay right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've been talking to our friend who's up in Brisbane, and he quote unquote said this is a scam when I asked him how
As of Saturday.
As of last night, he said it was a scam.
As of Friday night.
As of Friday night. We'll see, obviously. Today maybe it might be a bit more brutal, but I don't know.
No bingo.
I mean,
there's winds. There's apparently the winds. That's why the airport got shut down, like 100-kilometer winds.
I've seen some videos. There's been some hectic rain and wind.
Yeah.
There's been erosion on the beaches. I've seen that as well.
The thing is, I could not tell when I was there on Tuesday and Wednesday, mainly Tuesday, beautiful blue skies, mate. Where is this cyclone?
Do you believe in cyclones, bro?
Okay,
Now I've got to ask. No, now I've got to ask that question.
Well, can you even tell me what a cyclone is? So what I'm thinking about a cyclone is like tornado, but it's not a tornado.
It's not.
It's just like heavy wind,
Heavy
and rain.
winds and rain.
That's it.
So I did see that on socials.
What did you see?
The heavy winds and rain.
Heavy winds and rain.
Right. So there's like tornadoes, cyclones, and typhoons.
What's a typhoon?
Is a typhoon and tsunami the same thing?
I think
No,
typhoons are also like
I think
this, but over
typhoon
water or something.
is a tornado in water, maybe?
Maybe.
Tsunami is just the big waves.
Yeah, we know the tsunamis. But there's heaps of, I don't know, like heavy wind and rain. Like I fundamentally trust the structural integrity of my place. Looked beautiful. So I was happy to stay in it. And
Did everyone in the resort leave?
I don't know. I think not. I think there was.
Did you get your money back, you reckon? Or sorry, not you, but your company. Did they get their money back?
We went hard. So we went hard to get our money back because like the place that we stayed at was fairly expensive and we were basically missing like 3 days.
Yeah.
And it was like, maybe 10 to 15 of us. And we just started talking to the general manager. Can I talk to your boss? Can I talk
Just keep
to your boss?
escalating.
To keep escalating until we got the money back, which we did in the end. So
Like
happy
all of
days.
it?
Yeah, as in we got refunded the days that we're not staying.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So is your
take
trip
that.
cancelled or postponed?
Yeah, surely you run it back.
No. So it was cancelled and then we did the rest of the strategic stuff in Sydney.
Oh.
And
So as in offsite still? Or
Offsite?
you had to go home and then get the metro back in?
so some people are not from Sydney, so they got to stay at the Intercontinental.
Must be nice.
And then
You got to
the
stay
rest of
at the Nine household.
yeah.
That's the I'd be kicking up a fuss about that.
No, I was.
If some people get the hotel, we should all get the hotel, sir.
I'm a firm believer of that.
So
It's equal
You need
treatment, mate.
Equal treatment of all of us.
So the craziest thing is like one of the guys from Sydney was like, "Can I get the hotel tonight?"
Yeah, surely.
And they were like, "Yeah, no dramas." And then,
Beautiful.
well, I felt bad. I didn't.
For what?
For what?
As in, like, I was already an imposter. Like this was an exec offsite that I happened to be invited to.
They invited you though.
Yeah, they did.
So I'd be putting my hand up for a deluxe room at the Intercontinental. Thank you. With the breakfast buffet.
What do they say? You should act like the position you want to be in.
Exactly.
Just because you're not exec now doesn't mean you can't act like an exec given the circumstance.
And they already paid that money at the other hotel, which they got their money back for. So it's like
they're
it's not like
saving
paying any
saving money
extra.
technically by putting you in the Intercontinental rather than all the way up in Byron.
Yeah, that is true.
So there was that. And then one of the people from Sydney who was staying at the hotel got a call from his wife saying his next door neighbor had been murdered. And so he then,
What the
yeah. But I don't know if the actual person got murdered or it was like a suicide. Someone died next door and there was hella police people. So he decided to go back to his house.
So his room was available as well.
So his room was available.
Just gone.
I did go.
Oh, you did?
Absolutely.
There we go. It all works out.
Put my hand up. So,
2 nights,
one night.
one night.
Surely you push for 2.
I
You might as well. I'm here. Like it'd be a waste. I've got all my stuff here.
No. So it was a one night.
Was the buffet breakfast good?
I didn't actually have it. I went to the pool
Man,
instead.
you suck, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta take all advantages you can. You put the hands out, the scab hands out.
No.
Breakfast is a certain time.
Yeah, breakfast
pool, honestly, the whole day.
The thing is,
yeah, dude, come on.
I would have been happy to have the buffet breakfast, but we were eating out every single day, breakfast, lunch. I don't even have breakfast usually. So in Byron,
It's the concept of it. that you
It's the
can.
principle and theory behind it.
It's the optionality of having the breakfast.
no, I know I had the option, and then I said no.
Nah, dude. Surely you go have a look.
Yeah,
Dude, maybe the
Why
fruit-
don't you think about 18-year-old Ro? The guy that would sneak into
Yeah,
buffet
fake
breakfasts
buffet,
with his
exactly.
friend,
yeah.
and you are now too big for your boots and turning it down.
No, I
Yeah,
just
it's-
wasn't.
What
hungry.
would younger Ro think about
That's actually
you?
pretty poor.
Dude, I wish I could talk to him and tell him what a disappointment you are.
I literally wasn't hungry that morning. So
Don't
I just-
care.
It doesn't matter. You go for the sake of going.
All right, well, can I say this, right? The Intercontinental, it was $650 a night. Okay. That was the price of the room.
Yeah.
Can I just say that it is the biggest scam of all time, hotel rooms being more than like $200 a night. Like, yeah, it was nice, but at the end of the day,
It's just a bed.
it's a bed,
four walls.
four
and
walls. They chuck a couch there. All the hotels that I've ever been to where it's like they give you like a king size bed actually is just 2
Singles.
beds put together.
Yeah.
And so there's a crease in the middle. So
Was
like,
that what you had?
that's what I had.
Did you sleep on the crease?
As in like I sleep kind of diagonally when I have a lot of room because at my house I have a king single, right? So I feel constrained. But in a king bed or
Spread
whatever, oh man, I'm
Did
lounging.
you get room service? Was that all included?
It was all included. Again, I didn't take advantage of
See,
it.
nah, this is on you then, really. You didn't take advantage of the opportunity that was given to you.
Yeah. You know what? I actually don't think I did take advantage of the Intercontinental. That is true. But in the resort in Byron, I was ordering.
So why don't you just continue it?
Well, I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't in Sydney. It was just different.
You felt like you were home.
I felt like I was home. I don't even want to be here. Like, I actually rather be with my family, to be honest.
So why'd you take it then?
Well, because it's a free night of the Intercontinental.
An 18-year-old Rose proud again. There we go.
Anyways, that was my week. Escape to Cyclone, got a night of the Intercontinental, mate. It all works out. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be checking up on our New Year's resolutions, and this message is brought to you by the Department of Health and Aged Care. So we chatted last time about New Year's resolutions, and it's March, which basically means that statistically, 90% of you have failed your New Year's resolutions. So I'm going to do a quick checkup on the boys to see how they're tracking with theirs.
Well, my New Year's resolution, I wanted to win a sports premiership this year. We had our grand final last week and we won that. So it was good to, finally tick off that New Year's resolution.
Beautiful.
Wow. Lucky you. My resolution was to do 75 hard. To be honest, I got to day 10 and then I messed it up. But I'm going to try to get back on the bandwagon.
It's funny because we start off every year so optimistic and then life is just like, nope, not today.
Right? I mean, like the universe sees your resolution and immediately hits skip ad.
Well, speaking of resolutions, we got a message from Darren, one of our listeners. He said he's been trying to quit vaping, but he's finding it really tough.
Oh man, quitting anything's hard. I tried quitting chocolate. That lasted me literally up until lunchtime on the first day. It takes real strength to quit anything, Darren.
Yeah, quitting vaping is no joke. It's not just a physical habit, it's mental too. And it often takes a few tries. Like when you try and get out of bed on a Monday morning, you often don't nail it the first time.
Exactly. And there's a lot of resources out there to help. There's an app called My Quit Buddy that has plenty of tips, support, and probably some judgment-free pats on the back.
Yeah, the app is super customizable as well. You can, add in your goals and your motivations to quit.
You can even nominate friends and family who can help you through the tough times.
Yeah, wow, that's such a good feature.
Yeah, no, it is cool because you can also view your progress and it shows you a count of how many days, hours, and minutes that you've been vape-free. It also tells you how much money you've saved so you can use that money to go on a holiday, which is awesome.
If that's not enough, you can nominate danger times and the app will send you notifications to help keep you on track. If it's helpful, you can read messages from other people who are on the same journey as you. And if you feel like it, you can send messages too.
And Darren, if you need accountability, hit up your friends. I mean, nothing says support like a mate who'll grab that vape out of your hand in the most loving way possible.
Yeah, or maybe set up a reward system. Like every week you stay vape-free, treat yourself to something nice. Like a new hobby.
The point is, you don't have to do it alone, Darren. If you slip up, it's totally okay. It's all part of the process. We've all slipped up on our resolutions. Sen's struggling with his 75 hard. I myself am personally struggling with my resolutions. So not a big deal.
It's all progress.
Absolutely. You've got this, Dazza. And if all else fails, just keep listening to us. We'll keep reminding you. We're nothing if not persistent.
Yeah, we'll be your unofficial My Quit Buddy 2.0. The less polished but more rambling version.
All right, keep working on those New Year's resolutions, everyone. You've got it. Whether you're quitting vaping, waking up early, or just surviving March, you've got this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are playing the logo quiz as our game. So it'll be Migs v Sen head to head. We've got a number of different questions. Let's see who wins. Manu, I'll start with you. What country's flag forms part of the Swatch watch logo?
That would be Switzerland, my friend.
Switzerland is correct. 1-0.
Sorry, I was on the FIFA subreddit. Missed the first question.
How do we want to do this? We want to go head to head or we'll go till you get one wrong?
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that.
All right, Migs, 1-0. What were the two colors of the seagull logo?
Seagull.
No,
Sega.
Like Sonic and...
Oh, two colors. That'd be blue and white, no?
Blue and white is correct. Migs, what are the two main colors on the FedEx logo?
One is... I don't even know, man.
Yeah,
one is yellow
know.
And one is purple.
Wrong.
Incorrect. Sen, you want to steal?
Orange and purple.
Orange and purple is correct. Score is 2-1. Sen, we move to you. Sen, what color is the Mentos logo?
Isn't it just white?
Incorrect. Migs.
Is it blue?
It's blue. Score is 3-1.
The outline is blue, I believe. The inside, the text is white.
Is it? Am I not right then? Let me look this
Now,
up.
what does the card say? That's the answer.
All right, Migs, I want you to close your eyes for this one.
Sure.
What are the three main colors on a can of Red Bull energy drink?
It'd be blue, silver, and red.
Well done.
That is correct. Score is 4-1.
Yeah, Mentos actually, the outline is white and it's blue on the
Oh,
inside. So that's you're right.
Play on.
All right, Migs. Burberry developed what kind of iconic type of men's coat for officers during World War One?
Oh, one.
Wait, what am I trying to? What's
Yeah,
the
what's the
answer you're
question?
looking for?
Yes, I'm looking for a piece of clothing.
And,
So,
what?
What iconic type of men's coats did Burberry design for officers in World War One?
There's two that come to mind. I don't know if they're the same thing. Trench coat.
Trench coat is correct.
There you go.
Score is 5-1. Migs. The character Elaine from TV's Seinfeld worked at a company.
Oh.
What was the company?
Don't ask for the name. Oh my god, it's. Do you know this?
I can't remember.
It's a publishing company, but what is the name?
It's a real life company as well.
Oh, that's gonna be hard. I don't know.
I mean, publishing company.
Herman Publishing.
Incorrect. Sen for the steal?
Penguin?
No, it's the J. Peterman Company.
Peterman, yeah, that's her boss, of course.
All right. Score is
Still 5-1. Mine.
5-1. And we go to Sen. Maglite are known for what?
Maglite?
Maglite.
I don't know. Magnets. I would imagine.
Incorrect. Migs.
Torches.
6-1. All right, we're back to Migs. 6-1. He's going ham with this. Name the compact folding kick scooter brand which shares its name with a shaving implement.
Razor.
Razor
Come on.
is correct. 7-1. All right, here we go. Dead horse is rhyming slang for what? This is outrageous.
Woot Weghorst.
Again, what answer are you looking for?
Honestly-
Like a company name?
No, I don't even know. I'm just going to read you again. Dead horse is rhyming slang for what?
I don't know. I don't know what answer. The Cockney rhyming scheme. I don't know what answer you're looking for.
I don't know. Don't look at me. I don't know it either.
The answer is tomato sauce.
There's no way that rhymes. Dead horse,
next
tomato
card,
sauce.
please. This
Okay. I get. All right.
All right, Senny, we're back to you.
Yeah.
We have a few more questions to go. Score is what?
7-1.
7-1. Which yogurt brand made the children's range petite?
Yoplait.
Meow.
Isn't it Yoplait?
Yoplait is correct. 7-2. What is Cracker Barrel famous for making?
I really hope it's biscuits or crackers.
It's not crackers. It's not crackers.
It's cheese?
It is cheese.
God damn it.
8-2. All right.
Oh, it says dairy at the back. I didn't even realize.
Migs, spell the yogurt brand Valia.
I
You heard of
can't-
this brand?
No, I can't even like picture it. I don't know. VALIA.
Incorrect. Sen.
I also would have gone. All right. VAILIA.
Incorrect. It is VAALIA,
Sure, man.
which is the correct
Sure,
answer.
man. 8-2, I think.
8-2 is the score, but it goes to Sen now.
All right.
Acronym time, Sen. NASA. What does it stand for?
National Aeronautical and Space Administration.
So it's National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
I'll give him that.
All
I'll
right.
give him
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
If you said like aerodynamic, then I would say no, that's wrong.
Score is 8-3.
You.
LVMH.
Oh,
Oh, surely, Senny, a mogul
Yeah.
like you.
yeah. One of the largest stocks on the French stock exchange.
And what does it stand for?
It's on the Misky World. It's Louis Vuitton, Moe, and Hennessy.
And Hennessy is
Yeah.
correct. HP.
Moe, I believe it's actually. Hewitt and Packard.
Hewitt.
You say Hewlett? Hewlett and Packard?
Hewlett and Packard.
What's that now? 8-5.
8-5. LG.
Life's good.
Life's good. 8-6. Surely not.
Clean sweep with a card.
Let me keep going, Sen.
Let's go.
That was an easy card, to be fair. Spell the popular thong brand Heavyanus.
No, that's a tough one. HAVAINANAS.
Close, not quite
I
close.
don't want to
I think I
try.
missed the
I
R
really
there
don't want to try.
somewhere.
All right.
Fair enough.
It's going to be wrong regardless.
We're going to play two more cards.
All right.
So the score is what? 8-6.
8-6.
8-6. So we're close. If you were shopping in a Peter Alexander store, what would you be buying?
Sleepwear / pajamas.
That's actually crazy. It is
that
in
word
fact
for word?
sleepwear / pajamas.
Come on. Big up.
All right, 9-6. Migs, what store is named after a saying that describes taking a short nap?
40 winks.
40 winks is correct. 10-6. Famous for tires and shoes, this brand also produces pillows.
Dunlop.
Dunlop is correct.
Huh? They make pillows.
I didn't know that
Never
either.
heard. Yeah.
So I think this is the game unless you get this wrong and Sen gets everything. Name the bedding store.
The betting.
Ding.
Okay.
Like sleeping store.
Ding, not ting.
That used to feature a red sleeping cap in its logo.
Oh, wow.
Do you know it, Sen?
No.
I'm out of betting stores.
Do we
mate.
know? Do you know this store?
Honestly, I don't know this store.
OMF.
OMF is incorrect.
Crazy. Is it Sleeping Giant? Is it that one?
It's not Sleeping Giant. It's Captain Snooze.
I think they went into administration. I don't think they exist anymore.
Well, that's that. You can say this is unsurpassable. Oh, actually, it's not.
How many are on a card?
4, but if you keep getting it right, then
No, I'm on 6.
No, you get one more round. We said 2 more cards.
Yeah.
No, we'll give him one go. We'll give him
right.
one more go. If you can get like 10 in a row, fair play.
one. Okay, here we go. Which Smith's own snack is known for being dangerously cheesy?
Damn it, I'm out already. Is it Cheezels? Nah.
Cheese and bacon balls, Senny.
I'm out.
That is unfortunate.
Damn.
Migs takes the win.
Woo! Last segment for today is Cheapskates, and this comes off the back. So shout out to Maria, actually. She sent in the idea for this segment, and she sent in a little story saying we should do a cheap episode because she wants to see how cheap people can go. She gave us an example of her husband. So she said, the food at my husband's work cafeteria is heavily subsidized. For example, a full English breakfast is like $5. He would bring takeaway containers and buy 2 people's worth of food for $10 at lunch, sort them in the work fridge, and then take them home for dinner. Other people have taken milk from work home instead of buying them.
I mean, why stop there? You know, if you're gonna, if you want meals, and you may as well buy like 5 or 6 portions worth.
Well, like a My Muscle Chef type situation. You buy like
Yeah.
10 meals in one go.
Yeah, put it in the freezer, take it home, come back.
I actually don't mind this, to be
Is
honest.
this cheap? It is cheap, but it's not bad.
It's savvy, I would say. Financially savvy.
Frugal.
So
Yeah,
where's the line between frugal and cheap?
Okay, here's where I draw the line. Stealing milk from work, that's cheap. Fundamentally, that is cheap.
So at a place I used to work on Fridays, they did a clean sweep. Like cleaners would come and do a clean sweep of the fridge, and it was a free for all. You could take the milk, the bread, other people's lunches. So they would give it away because otherwise it would go off. So in that regard, obviously not stealing, but you're still taking milk from work.
I think that's fine because it's prompted.
Yeah.
There's a
Correct.
reason why you're doing it.
And the alternative is it goes to waste.
Yeah.
So savvy is like a smart decision that you make.
Yeah.
Food is expensive, so you're saving on food. No worries. Milk is $3. You know what I mean? Like
It's gone up a
really-
bit. 4.
Yeah. Cheap is there's an office-wide milk people you can use for cereal and whatever, and you're just taking it.
Yeah.
Like no rhyme or reason, you just take the bottle because it's there. That's cheap.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that.
But then where's the line? How do we define the line
Where's
between
the line?
savvy and cheap?
No, I think it's just more of a feeling. It's just the vibe.
So if you know, you know.
Well, maybe I'm just projecting here, but I see no issue buying 10 meals for $50 if it's a.
I think that's
$5
fine
a
because
meal.
you're still paying for it.
Yeah.
It's not like if it's a free lunch and you're like stacking up like containers, then I think that's cheap. I think if you're still paying some money for it, I think it's okay. I don't know.
Is savvy taking advantage of a good
Of a good
deal?
deal.
Of a good deal. Yeah,
It's a
that's
good
all it
deal.
is. Yeah, exactly.
Is cheap make a good deal out of thin air?
Maybe that. yeah. Finding good deals out of
You
nowhere.
make a good deal.
The thing is, again, Loki, when you said the story about your mate who was, shoveling food into his
That was
Safeway
cheap.
box,
That was cheap.
that's cheap. But again, maybe I just have no issue with that.
No, that was cheap.
The issue I had with it is he did it
Mid
conference
meeting. He could have done it at the end.
Yeah.
Because that's where the cheapness comes in terms of
He was
he's
ravenous too.
ravenous and trying to get in before everyone else.
Yeah.
Whereas similar to Sen's point about the milk at the end of the week,
Yeah.
if at the end they're like, oh guys, there's a lot of food left over, have some more, and then he takes some more,
No issues.
I think that's
Yeah, I agree with that.
it's still fine.
That's fine. All right. I remember my cheap story is I remember a guy, we had a university ball and he didn't own like a suit or anything like that. So he borrowed a suit off me. No issues with that. He then bought a tie, didn't take the tags off so we could return it the next day. What do we think of that?
Like a one use.
Like a one use.
And then-
He's bought the tie, But he hasn't taken the tags off because he wants to return it the next day.
Has anyone ever done that? Have you ever bought something, kept the tag on it, and then just returned it? Like you only needed it for one day or one thing, and then you went back and returned it?
I think I wanted to do that with our stupid, when we did that video, the coning video, and we bought those.
We did.
We bought those
Yes.
fluorescent tradie vests that
The
we had no
high-vis.
use for.
Yes.
Like the $2 high-vis vests.
Yeah. And we wanted to return it, but I've never done it because I just can't be bothered.
Yeah.
It's not worth the time of the effort to go
$2.
back to Kmart and get the return.
Because technically you're not allowed to return if you use it, right? So you got to make sure the condition it remains in is possible as unused. That's where I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, it's just no issues. But
So your friend with the tie, did that work?
yeah, it worked.
No questions asked?
Usually there's no questions asked.
How much was the tie, do you know?
I'm pretty sure it was like a Tarot Cash number. Well, let's say 50,
So we're
60
talking
bucks.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Tarot Cash is like 10, 20 bucks.
No.
isn't it?
It's like 50 bucks. Let's say,
Okay.
for the tie.
But we'll find 50. What if it's a $500 item? You need a specialized, pair of shoes, for example, for some event. That's a one-off. You've got to pay 500 wax for it. Are you now considering?
I think I have the issue with the tags. Like
Yeah,
shoes,
yeah,
I think is fine
It looks tacky.
because there's no tags on a shoe. Is there? No.
Yeah, but you can probably hide them in like the lick of the shoe or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
With
It was-
the tie.
The tie. I was looking at this guy with the tie. We're
Could
taking
you
photos.
easily see the tag?
Yes, and he was like, his whole thing was he was trying to put it back in. It's just like it became a whole thing. Not worth
So
it.
your problem is getting away with it on the day in terms of hiding the
No, I have a
tags
lot
or
of
whatever.
problems with it. That's just one of the many problems I have. Is that cheap? Yes, or no?
I think that's cheap. That's being very cheap.
Okay.
Especially for a $50 tie.
Why wouldn't you just borrow the tie as well?
I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to clean it because they had to match his dates thing. You know, like he's got a lot of stipulations, and
I see.
I personally don't have a wide array of ties.
Yeah, true.
To be fair, I borrow heaps of ties. Like Rohan, he wears ties for work, and he has like 20 heaps of ties.
Yeah.
So I asked him can I borrow your tie because
Yeah.
it just has like nice ones. Whereas
Yeah.
I don't have any need for a tie really,
Exactly.
apart from funerals and weddings.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or you just get like Vinnies and just see if you can find like
But they're like
those
they're,
op shop ones.
yeah, but they're vintage. Like they're thick ties.
What do we
with-
say? What do we call those? The fat ones? You love the fatties, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what you said a couple of weeks
That's
ago.
a callback.
Oh man. So that's the one that I have. Do you have anything?
Just like the household ones, but I feel like a lot of people do. Like with the shampoo, like when it's running low, you just put the water in the shampoo, you shake it up a bit, and then that lasts you another 2 weeks. And towards the end, you're just putting just water in your.
It gets so runny and thin. I do it as well, man. Because I forget to, because in my house, the bulk of like items are somewhere else, like the spare.
Yeah.
Spare shampoo, spare soaps. I don't have it in my bathroom.
Yeah.
So if I'm already wet and like,
Can't be bothered.
I can't dry myself, get it. I'll just use whatever's in the
Left in
shower. But then I
container.
do that for like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
I just wash myself with more water,
With
just in
water.
a different vessel.
Just like it's like very diluted shampoo. And the other
Yeah.
one is with the toothpaste. Like
What's
you
the
use it
toothpaste?
all the way to the end. Like you're basically like scraping it out of the tube. Like
I think I do that as well because of the laziness factor of having to get a new set of a new tube of toothpaste. So like I'll be sitting there like just squeezing like,
it,
to
yeah.
my hardest thing. But I
what I do is I get the end of my toothbrush. I lay it down. And I just like scrape it, like push through all the paste I can.
Yeah. That, for me, that's more a laziness thing. Like if you can't be bothered because I have toothpaste in my house, I just can't be bothered going to find it. It's
Yeah,
like,
just go use someone else's.
Yeah.
Can't bother. Just want to get every juice out
juice
of it.
out of it.
I've got a couple from online. The first one is someone says their grandfather had a firmly held belief that any drink served in a restaurant should cost no more than 10 cents per glass. So if the restaurant charged $1.50 for tea with free refills, he would sit there until he drank at least 15 glasses worth.
What?
Wait,
Nobody else could
what?
leave until he was done.
No,
That's
dude.
ridiculous.
That,
That's one of the most mental things I've heard.
it reminds me of. Have you seen those those TV shows, Extreme Couponers or something like that?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And it's like that bloke. He's scanning like I don't know,
at
100 beans
at the grocery store.
at the grocery store, and he gets the bill, and it's like, oh, it's $2.80, and he's like, actually, I was expecting it to be 65 cents, and then he got to recount it. And he's like, don't worry, guys. We didn't count one of the coupons. It's all good.
Yeah, he looked like devastated where like it wasn't exactly what he thought it would be.
Yeah. He's like, what's wrong? He like got really stressed out. But that's just what this reminds me of.
Yeah, the next
Ridiculous.
one says one of their friends always buys 11 bread rolls, but tells them it's 10. If they catch him, he just says that he miscalculated.
Oh,
So
As
it's
in,
probably like where you can self-serve, like put it into
Yeah,
a bag and then you
yeah.
tell the cashier, I put in 10 bread rolls. But he's always sneaking an extra one
I
in.
don't mind. I mean,
Where you
it
put
is
the
cheap.
navel oranges through as like grapes or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. This is cheap, no doubt in my mind, but this is kind of funny because this is
just theft.
Yeah. It's just theft with one extra step. Plausible deniability.
Because at least you're still paying for something.
Yeah.
You just get one bread roll. For
I don't
free.
mind it.
You're reminded?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
All right, next one. This person said, they saw a guy take money from the tip jar to pay for a muffin.
Nah.
Poor
that's
cashier was in shock and she didn't say anything. And this is from a cafeteria in an office building, and the guy who did it was wearing an expensive suit.
Nah, I can't condone.
Dude, imagine that. You go on a coffee with like a colleague, they get a muffin, they just put their grubby little hands in the tip jars like, here's my
Here's the
$3.50 or
change.
whatever.
Ugh.
Never thought about doing that?
No,
Yeah.
way,
No,
not
man,
once.
I'd be so embarrassed to do that.
Yeah, no,
How
that's-
can you look people in the eyes after doing that?
Actually, that reminds me. My brother was telling me a story of like the first time that him and his mates went clubbing, and they were at Hillside Hotel, out of all places.
Yeah.
And you know how the tip jar has? It's like kind of like pink.
Yeah.
It's like a different color. Like the
Yeah.
water looks fun.
Mm.
One of my brother's mates was so hammered that he thought that tip jar was a drink,
Alcohol,
like it's a vodka lime
Like
soda
a
or something.
cocktail.
Yeah, like a little cocktail. So he's gone and thought, oh, I can get a free drink here. So he's yoinked the tip jar and he's just drinking the tip
Oh,
jar.
no.
And the bouncer's seen him drink the tip jar and then he just booted him immediately. Catch you later, son.
That's disgusting.
Have a good one.
What is it?
Germs in there.
Oh, yuck.
Well, have you ever even put money in that thing?
Yuck.
What?
The tip jar, have you put money in that thing? What's it for? I don't know. I've never seen anyone use it. And yet there's always coinage there.
Because the
maybe if you
coins
just
are
get-
sitting in there for how long, dude? Would you lick a coin? No way.
But is that the color? Is that why it's that color? No way. They put food coloring, surely.
I don't know what. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what.
Maybe
it
they
is.
try and put some sort of like antibacterial liquid or something in there.
Hmm.
Surely, right?
Must be. But like the free drinks, he's
They're not putting, vodka and orange juice in there.
No,
They're not
no
doing
way.
that.
No way.
Right, next one. Someone says, my mum and I once went to the cinema with a new friend of hers. As we were leaving, the friend found $5 under one of the seats.
Bingo.
She then made us stay back in the empty cinema while she checked every row for any more cash.
I mean, what can you say about this, really? I think
This is actually the worst of the lot, in my opinion.
No, the tip jar is way worse, but this is just take the dub, take the $5 and call it a day, you know? Why would you ask your friends to wait while you scavenge?
So
Oh,
embarrassing.
that's actually embarrassing.
What do you do when you find cash on the floor? Do you
Free
just
money.
Pocket it?
Yeah, thanks very much.
Do you ever feel like you're getting pranked or on a social experiment of sorts?
It happened to me recently. I found $10 on the floor of the metro,
Mm.
and then there was no one around, and I'm like, "Am I being pranked?" So I went and just gave it to the guard.
That's nice of you.
Yeah. So I probably should have just kept the $10 because he definitely just pocketed it. Let me just quickly acknowledge the elephant in the room. I'm sitting on half a couch. The cushion next to me is currently under Ro right now, and that's because unfortunately Ollie, the dog, not Ro, had a little accident. He vomited on the couch next to Ro, so we just had to do a quick little switch there. My favorite type of cheapskate for me is the rich cheapskate.
Mm.
Someone with like,
Well, they didn't become rich for, being frivolous. Do you know what I mean? How do you stay rich?
yeah, well, that's the thing, right? I don't mind if you're up and coming and you're being frivolous, but once you're, for example, the one I'm going to use is LeBron, who's a billionaire, but he continues to be cheap, which just amazes me. So the famous one is he refuses to use his data. Like he has mobile data.
Yeah.
He wants to use free Wi-Fi wherever he can. Kevin Love has said they'll be in like airports, like during like away games to Toronto, and he'll be there trying to connect to the Toronto airport Wi-Fi rather than using data roaming.
Bro, you couldn't relate. You run out of data.
Well, that's
Every now and again.
But I'm not a billionaire, and I only have like 10.
Really?
I only have 10 gigs of data, so I actually do need to connect to Wi-Fi where it's available.
I couldn't LeBron not even paying for 10.
You reckon LeBron just?
What's the cheapest
Yeah.
plan I can use that'll get me by?
To be fair, think about his life. He's at home in the training center and at the stadium. He probably has the
He's
Wi-Fi.
probably got that
password.
crypto arena Wi-Fi on lock.
Exactly. So
No, but then if he's going from like home to stadium in the bus, you're saying he's asking for a hotspot? He's just begging for
he's just
hotspots
asking
around?
Bronny to look up things for him. The other one is apparently he doesn't refuse to pay for Spotify Premium, so he uses the free one. So like in the changing room, they'll be sitting there listening to music, and suddenly a 30-second ad comes up.
Yeah, for Audible.
Yeah. Well, and what Spotify Premium's as little as $6 a month, maybe a bit more.
Something like that, I feel. I
mean,
don't know.
it's
I mean, LeBron could probably
really-
afford to buy Spotify.
yeah.
The other one is apparently Michael Jordan was also notoriously cheap.
Dude, it's how the goats roll, man.
Yeah, wow.
Maybe we need to get on
I think that
this.
there's a really good quote from Charles Barkley, which I had up and I've deleted. Let me just quickly find it up. So yeah, Charles Barkley said, "There's nobody cheaper than Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. You know, I always give money to homeless people," and he smacks my hands. He says, "If they can ask you for spare change, they can say, 'Welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you, please?'"
Oh
No
my
way.
goodness.
Really?
That's apparently, according to Charles Barkley, what Michael Jordan said.
I don't know. After his documentaries, he seems like a bit of a psychopath, so I
A
believe
bit.
it.
He's like a massive, but again, another billionaire who,
Who just pinches pennies.
It might be the billionaire way to live. You want to be a billionaire, you got to act like these
Yeah.
people. Maybe. Who
I
knows?
think my favorite phrase is they have long pockets and short hands.
Long pockets and short. That's good.
That is
That's
a good
very,
one.
very good.
Well, the other one is they have a crocodile in their pockets, so they're always scared to go into their pocket.
So one of my friend of ours, Savine, he volunteers. I'll give him some props here. He volunteers at like a soup kitchen / like homeless shelter type situation where anyone who is in need can come in and, you know, fill their boots with like rice and pastas and beans and stuff like that. So because it is free, there are people who come who are, in his words, not in need. Like they'll rock up, they'll be looking the business, they'll be just getting some, you know, free flour and sugar and all that sort of gear. Apparently, the people who are really in need, like the actual homeless, they're like, okay, they just take what they, you know,
what they need.
what they need truly, like
Yeah,
the
right.
staples, the essentials.
The bare essential.
They're not greedy, right?
Yeah.
And Savine will be like, hey man, like please take more
more.
if you need it.
Yeah.
Please take more. He's like, no. Like this is all I need for the week. Thank you so much. I'm really appreciative. He says the people who come in, who he thinks are not in need, they're the ones who just hoard. Can I get more flour? Can I get more sugar? This and that.
There's this savvy or cheap.
No,
I mean, it's cheap.
That is
It's
cheap as they
cheap.
come.
No, because we don't know. Like Savine is basing it on
Yeah,
their
that-
appearance alone, so
Yeah.
we don't actually know if they're in need or not.
That is true. But
So I'm going to reserve judgment without knowing the full story.
But
here.
if hypothetically they were not of need,
But what would happen to the stuff regardless? Let's say you were saying the people who actually need it aren't taking all of it.
Yeah.
What happens to the other stuff?
it just goes in for the next week.
no, but
'Cause
it's like
not
flour.
non-perishable
Sure, yeah,
food.
it's not a croissant that's going to expire today.
Can I ask, what does a homeless person need flour for? It's not like they have an oven or a stove that they're going to be cooking on.
No, flour might not be the right thing, but there is actually flour because
Flour, water. I don't know.
you can
Find,
make bread quite easily.
I mean, with all due respect,
find a fire, put on a fire, damper.
So yeah, flour. You're right. They're not doing a lot of baking, I imagine. But I think you can still use flour day to day. Like you can make bread really easily. When I
Yeah,
went camping, literally flour, water, hot
and-
pan that
yeah.
made bread, flat
Yeah,
bread,
yeah,
easy
yeah,
days. Sugar. I mean,
And let's be honest, it's not necessarily people that are homeless.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
could just be
I know.
struggling,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So there's different
I'm being an idiot on purpose.
variations of need.
no, there is. But the people who,
But if you're shoveling your trolley, that's a bit much.
Yeah,
Even
I agree. That's
like I
egregious.
like how the people are taking what they need because they know other people might need it.
that's the mentality. The people who are greedy, they don't care.
They're not thinking about other people.
They're not thinking. Like the people who are in need obviously know that there are other people in need, and if I'm taking it, I'm taking away from someone else who might need it. People just shoveling it in deluxe. And the thing is, because you're at this volunteer shelter, Sav can't make the judgment whether they do or don't need it.
Oh yeah, no, he can't do anything, right?
And so he just has to watch them, hoard, heaps of stuff in there. So
And then they pack it in their Tesla when they drive off.
and
That type of
resell on
vibe.
the Facebook Marketplace type vibe. So
Yeah,
it's an interesting world we live in. Alrighty, brings us to an end of another wonderful episode. Shout out to the Department of Health and Aged Care for getting across a message that is super close to all our hearts, I will say. And so, Senny, where can listeners find us?
You can find all of our episodes on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And of course, give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll catch you next week.